Hello, welcome to crafting and a convo. It does what it says on the tin. We're gonna be crafting. I hope you have your crafting supplies and all that. And I'm just gonna rant, and then you can comment below, let me know what you think. Today we're gonna talk about ghost hunting. I wasn't sure what I wanted the first episode to be about. I have a few different topics and ideas, but I just watched a bit of Watcher's Ghost Files series, or whatever it is, with Shane and Ryan. If you know, you know. But I want to talk a bit about ghost hunting. I am in a very different place with my spirituality than I used to be. Some of what I talk about on like my old podcast, Spiritual Unicorn, some of that isn't up to date, isn't all I believe as much anymore. But when it comes to my spirituality and what I think of the other side, a lot of times I've started to keep that very private. I prefer nowadays to let that be a personal thing and not something I want to share or commodify anymore. In fact, I think the commercialization of spirituality is ridiculous. I've learned a lot in the last year, and that's a big one. I just find it so silly. It goes against everything that I feel spirituality should be. And I'm glad I'm not attempting to do that anymore, because I don't believe in it. But to ghost hunting, when it comes to spirituality, ghosts are always, I think, brought into question. What they are, if they exist, why, can I become a ghost? Me and my mom always joke of like, oh, if I were a ghost, I'd do this or that. I would be such an obnoxious ghost. I would be so annoying. I'd be singing and farting on people. I'd be so obnoxious. Anyway, my biggest thought when it comes to ghost hunting is really like, that we have all these ghost hunters. Like, ghost hunting has become such a big thing, especially on YouTube. I mean, it's huge. I think we even have ghost hunters here we have like ghost hunter people here in Eugene, Oregon, or throughout Oregon. I think there's a few different ones. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it's fun. I always say, I would love to go ghost hunting, and that sounds so cool. I think my issue is always that it's considered an investigation, and that there is evidence. I was watching I was watching Ghost Files, or whatever they call it on Watcher nowadays. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Let's look. I have a computer in front of me. We have technology. I should just freaking use it. I'll just go to my YouTube, because I literally just watched their video. Yeah, Ghost Files. That's right. But Shane and Ryan were talking, and Ryan showed Shane this video, and it was just like a ghost walking by, and Ryan was like, this is evidence, and Shane was like, no, it's not, and I was like, I agree, it's not, it's really not. When we live in a day and age where you can easily modify, edit, and mess with, videos, pictures, and audio in such an easy way, I just don't think those things can be considered evidence. I think if you really wanted evidence, you would have to do like an actual scientific study. You would need data. You would need to figure out if there are ghosts, how do we connect with that world? And how can we show significant data of that world? I really just don't think that putting a teddy bear in a room with a recorder and having it go hi, how are you? And then waiting for a response is really going to cut it in the nowadays world. It's not evidence. Even if you have audio or video of a ghost, that's not evidence because it can be tampered with. We live in a day and age, again, where we can edit things, where we can put in filters, where we can edit audio. Like, let's say you have an audio of a ghost going, hello, I'm gonna kill you, devil. They always said devil. It's so ridiculous. But let's say that's what you have, and you call that evidence. It's not, because literally you could have gone in and put your voice in and edited it to make it sound creepy and weird. And when you can have that sort of argument, when you can just easily go, yeah, but you could edit it, I don't think, it just makes it harder for these things to be considered evidence. For me, I feel like if you wanted to change skeptical people's minds like Shane in Ghost Files, you would need to do a scientific study that in the end has data, numbers, graphs, all that scientific fun stuff. You would need that. And then maybe you would be open to it. Me, I believe there's something. I believe in ghosts in some aspect. I believe in kind of different kinds of ghosts. But I feel like most people's interactions with ghosts and demons are tricks of the eye, your brain playing tricks on you, mental illness. I mean, I just don't think that video and picture is evidence. And I don't think just your personal experience is evidence. I've had personal experiences. It doesn't make it evidence. Because in the end, the amount we know about the human body and how much it can trick us, it's an unreliable narrator if this were a story. I also watched a ghost hunting thing with my mom recently, and they kept bringing up Wendigos, and it's so annoying. I'm like, we started ghost hunting to figure out, is there another side? What are these weird experiences people are having? And it's kind of just turned into like this bastardized ridiculousness. I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch Taps a lot, and I loved that show. I still do. Those are like my OGs. And even they would sit and they would try to debunk things. And I really love that aspect of it, because I do think that as someone who does believe in ghosts, like, I am more skeptical of situations, whether of situations that may or may not be haunted. And I always like that they try to debunk it first before they go into, oh, it's a ghost, because a lot of times there are reasons. But a lot of ghost hunting nowadays, especially after the whole Ghost Adventures took place, and Zach of Ghost Adventures just kind of made it all very animated and about the entertainment side, which it was always about. But I feel like Taps, they did a lot of, for the entertainment part, they do a lot of just pranking each other and being silly. I don't feel like, I don't know, I haven't watched in a long time, so I could be wrong, but I just don't feel like they did a lot of like, oh my god, that's so scary, oh my god, that freaks me out. It's always like, oh, that was weird, let's try to test why that happened, let's try to figure out why that noise, why that sound, why that light, why that shadow. There was always like actual debunking, and actually it was like an actual experiment, actually happening. While nowadays it's like, you call them investigations, but you just have Zach running around going, oh my god, the camera guy's possessed, they're just screaming. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, how is this an investigation? Oh yeah, it's not. You're just trying to entertain, and that's what it is nowadays, and that's why I think it's so big on YouTube, and I don't hate it. I love it. I love ghost hunting. I love the spookies. I love the sillies. I love watching people get scared, because they think that there's something there. But yeah, ever since then I've noticed that, like, now that it's getting really big and for entertainment purposes only, I am really noticing, like, this it's gone up in, like, demonic things and witchcraft things and Wendigos. I can't go on. Let's talk about the Wendigos for a second. Wendigos are, they have a lot of history and native beliefs, and they are, like, an actual part of someone else's fucking culture. And the fact that people are just making everything a fucking Wendigo. Oh my god, I saw a shadow. That's a Wendigo. Oh my god, it's probably a Wendigo. It's like, could you all just do some fucking Googling? Can y'all just study what a Wendigo actually is within these cultures and within these beliefs? Not everything is a fucking Wendigo. A ghost is not a fucking Wendigo. A demon is not a fucking Wendigo. If you'd like to know what a Wendigo is, maybe I'll try to find, like, a couple decent links to, like, native stories and tribe stuff, but it's really not that hard in today's age to pick up your phone, go on a laptop, a computer, and type in Wendigo. Where does it originate? Origination of Wendigo. And you will find better descriptions than some random guy on YouTube who's ghost hunting. And that's another thing that gets me. It's just the amount of people that are like, oh, there's a demonic presence here. And I'm like, I highly doubt it's demonic. Your stomach probably hurts because you probably ate something you shouldn't have. Or you're making yourself anxious. Like, it's not a demon scratching from the inside out. Like, it's just so stupid. Let's just have a little break and take a look at the craft. What do we think? This is the front. And now I'm just playing with the back with, like, just some fun doodles. That's for funsies. I might hang it up here. I might give it to my work to put up for Halloween. Might just give it away, put it out in the world, see who takes it. But yeah. Anyway, ghost hunting. I was just watching Ghost Rides, as I said a billion times, and just they were, like, playing with this bear that has a recorder and, like, ask questions and stuff while they're out their room, and I'm just like, this is so stupid. Like, if ghosts are real, don't you think at this point, or, like, we would have, like, I'm like, there's so many ghost hunters, there's so many, like, YouTubers doing ghost hunting right now. I'm like, if there were ghosts, wouldn't they be, like, really fucking annoyed? And they're like, oh yay, another YouTuber. This is so fun. And again, if ghosts are real, like, how aware are they? Do they think you're just being absolutely ridiculous like the rest of us? I say, even though I would totally go ghost hunting. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Just for funsies. Like, it looks fun. The idea of just going to, like, abandoned, dark places with your friends and spooking each other, it does sound fun. And again, I have a spiritual side. I do believe that there are things out there. I do believe you should, you know, spiritually protect yourself as well as physically protect yourself. You know, bring some knives, a taser, some. But I think as we continue to live in a world where everything is entertainment, everything can be faked, I just take these ghost hunting things way way less seriously now, and I do see it just as entertainment. I think if you are doing ghost hunting to prove anything, you're doing it wrong. You're not proving ghosts are real. Your videos, whether they are real or not, are going to be considered faked. We live in the day and age where everything can be manipulated online. Everything can be altered with just a few clicks of a button, with a code, with a filter. It's just your videos and your audios are not enough. They are not enough evidence. Your personal experiences are not enough evidence. If you want to change the minds of a skeptical person or a skeptic that doesn't believe in ghosts, you're not going to do it by continuously getting audio and video and pushing it in people's faces and being like, look, ghosts are real. Because a lot of these people that are skeptical, a lot of it comes from just wanting to see the world through a logical lens, and to have tangible evidence. So until you can give them that tangible evidence, some data, some scientific goodies, they're not going to believe you. And me, I don't waste my time. Again, my spirituality is personal. It's my own. I'm not going to sit and argue with people about how the universe works, because fuck if I fucking know. I think it's absolutely nuts we even exist at all. And I love to believe that everything has a little bit of truth. And I believe that ghosts are real in some capacity, that the spiritual realm is real in some capacity. But I'm not going to argue or fight people on it, or try to convince them that ghosts are real, or the experiences I've had are real. Because again, these are a lot of times people that think very intangible logic. And you're not going to change their minds with ridiculous videos and pictures and your YouTube gang's channel. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to say, but I feel like that's like the main things. A few things were talked about, chatted, conversed. I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, what do you think about ghost hunting and ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you think the way people try to prove ghosts and go about it is all wrong? Do you know of, like, any studies that maybe I don't know of, where they're trying to get solid data about this world, or maybe some that already exist that I just don't know of? Go ahead and drop those links below, your thoughts, your comments. Maybe DM me on Instagram a picture of your craft that you worked on while watching this. That will all be down below. Also, check out my shop, Shop House Community on Etsy. Link will be in the description. And I guess that's it. So keep crafting and being creative, and stay spooky.